So, good morning everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here with you today, presenting some results of the Drones and Advanced Air Mobility Observatory. I am Paola Olivares and I am the director of this observatory. Before starting, just some few words on what the observatory is. So, Drones and Advanced Air Mobility Observatory is a research center born in 2019, stemming the competencies of Management Engineering Department from one side and Aerospace Engineering Department from the other, with the aim to be an unbiased and stable point of reference for the study and monitoring of the UAS sector. To do so, we rely on four main pillars, so research, networking, communication, and continuous update. But now let's go in the topic of the presentation. So in order to found the innovative aerial services use cases worldwide, we have been conducting a census of those application cases based on almost 70 newspapers, both specialized and general one, and we discovered 1,471 application cases from January 2019 to December 2023. If we have a look to the state of implementation of these cases, we discovered that just the 16% of them are operative projects, so they have flanked or replaced the traditional mode in which the companies carried out their activities. If we look at the development over time, we can notice a little drop in 2023, but an interesting increasing in full operative cases, plus 200%. So I think that is a positive message. Those cases are, if we look at the breakdown of those projects, we have that the 70% of them are related to aerial operations, so basically the application that uses small drones in traditional sectors. On the other side, we have innovative air mobility and delivery, so the transportation of goods and people. If we look also in this case the development over time, we can discover a good number of projects in both those two market segments. In the field of aerial operations, if we look at the state of development, we have that the majority of the projects are experimentation or one-off projects, so the one that can solve a specific problem. We have the 22% of them that are announcements, so declaration of intent, and the 20% that are operative. So to study these projects, we rely on two main dimensions, so the area of application and the sector from the other side. For the area of application, the 44% of those projects are related to inspections. Then we have security and surveillance, search and rescue. For the sectors, the projects are mainly concentrated in public administrations, environmental protection, and all the cases related to media. If we look on the projects related to innovative air mobility and delivery, first of all, I think that nowadays there is a sort of misconception on what this market is. So we are not thinking about the projects that are seen in the science fiction movies, but also we are not thinking on storing our skies with drones, but the strategic direction is slightly different from this kind of situation. And it is related to three main characteristics. The first one is the instrument. So we are based on electric aircraft, so basically eVTOL, that are manned in the first period and then more autonomous. We look also at the infrastructures, both physical and digital ones, such as the vertiports or the development of the U-Space services. For what concerns the modality, we are not thinking on replace the traditional transportation services, but we are thinking on intermodality. So in order to to put these services apart from the one that are implemented nowadays. For what concerns the purpose of those applications, we think that the technology is not for all the transports, but in the one that in which they can be useful or in which they can provide some advantages, something like this. The innovative air mobility and delivery is based on delivery from one side that cover the 77% of use cases, and mobility from the other. Adesso si sente. So the mobility from the other side that is related to the 23% of the use cases. For what concerns the delivery, so looking at those use cases, we have that the majority of them are experimentations or in declaration of intent. The 80% of those projects are operative. Think about the transportation of medical goods, mainly in remote areas such as in Africa. Apart from the healthcare supplies, those projects are related to general goods, so basically consumer goods, postal parcels, heavy loads, and at a look at the distance, the majority of them are related to last mile delivery, but we have also some use cases in middle mile or in long distance. On the right, you can see some companies that are active in this field. A mention here is necessary to Amazon Prime Air that want to introduce a transportation service by the end of this year here in Italy. For what concern, from the other side, the mobility application cases, this segment has a different development speed due to a greater complexity of those projects. So more than half of them, the 72%, are declaration of intent, and there are some important experimentations in some fields. Both in urban and extra-urban context. For the urban one, we have the air taxis that can connect the more congested part of the cities. For the extra-urban, the main cases are related to the air shuttle between the airport and the city centers. On the right, some other companies that are investing a lot in this segment. So to conclude, I think it's important to address the main challenges, if it works, okay, the main challenges in this field. So we think that there are many key enablers for this market, so the regulatory and the technological development, the energetical challenge, both for the electrification of the aircraft, but also of the infrastructures. There is an important commercial challenge, so we have to understand which is the demand of those services, but also we have to develop some sustainable business model for companies. And then there is a urbanistic and a social acceptance challenge. But the most important part, I think, that is the key enabler for this market is the involvement of all the stakeholders that are working in this field. So the creation of the ecosystem, I think that is very important to develop those services and the market at a whole. So thanks for the attention, and I give the